Guts wins because he does this kind of thing every single day. There, I said it. Are you happy? Now you have to subscribe. Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is the Raptor, and welcome back to another of my Death Battle prediction videos. And next time on Death Battle, after Phoenix versus Raven, we have Guts from Berserk going up against Dimitri from Fire Emblem. This matchup has two things that I know a lot of people will be very pleased to see. For one, it brings Guts back, and I know a lot of people were really wanting Guts to get another episode at some point down the line, myself included, so that's awesome. And Dimitri serves as the first Fire Emblem character ever on the show. Granted, he may not have been everyone's first choice for that, or even to fight Guts specifically, but this is something that I can personally get behind, and I think there's a lot of potential for the emotion, the choreography, the blood, dare I say. I just think this is a really well-rounded matchup and can make for a really good episode, so I hope Death Battle delivers with it. So jumping right into this, obviously the best feats that we're going to find for Guts are the ones where he's donning the Berserker armor, which if you don't remember, is the armor that shuts off Guts' pain receptors and allows him to fight at full capacity until he has no energy or really no anything left to run on. With it, he can use his sword Dragonslayer to do considerable damage to Grunbeld in his apostle state, where he's protected by a material even stronger than steel, and he was even able to withstand one of Ganishka's lightning attacks, which can take out apostles in a single hit. So compared to their capabilities, Guts at his best should be able to output and withstand possibly hundreds or maybe even thousands of tons of TNT, depending on the leniency. And when it comes to speed, Guts has been able to move faster than the untrained eye can see, and while he hasn't really been able to dodge a direct lightning attack, you could compare his Berserker state to Serpico, who had to intercept lightning. So that's another range of capabilities Death Battle could possibly look at. And as far as the stuff that's really unique to him goes, since I think it's only fair, Guts' stamina even without the Berserker armor, as well as his healing to an extent, is ridiculous. He's been stabbed in near vital areas, been beaten and tortured mercilessly, he's killed 100 opponents, 100 soldiers in a single night, and he was able to continue fighting even after being set on fire multiple times. And naturally, all of this would be enhanced even further with the armor. He has fought and killed a ton of supernatural opponents. He's proven capable of harming pretty well all of them, whether they're on the physical or astral plane. And in terms of his arsenal, the rest of his arsenal, he has his mechanical arm, which acts as a cannon, a flamethrower, and a crossbow. He has his throwing knives, he has a dagger, and he has his spiky miniature bombs. And of course, he's super agile. He's an impressive hand-to-hand combatant and swordsman, a master of those crafts. He's an impressive on-the-fly tactician as well, until he gets too angry, that is. All of that. Really impressive soldier. Now, when it comes to Dimitri, the analysis might be a little more ambiguous, since the most impressive things that we could even potentially attribute to him would not primarily come from his own feats. So we have to look at what is fair to compare him to, and what we think Death Battle most likely will. There is a range of frankly crazy feats that we could look at, but what we know for sure is that Dimitri was able to keep up with a Sothis-fused Byleth, and Sothis was able to create a giant flood that essentially had a planet-wide reach. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know all the exact details of this feat to be able to calc it myself, but to be able to compare to that kind of reach, even to any significant degree, I think pretty well speaks for itself. And when it comes to speed, Dimitri and other characters like him have been able to dodge light speed attacks, such as Hoarfrost, which should put him at sub-relativistic to relativistic at least, and he even has offensive magic that are both lightning and light-based, which might indicate impressive speed for those two. It's a little unclear. Additionally, Dimitri has a decent amount of weapons and tools that he uses on a regular basis. He's obviously used various spears and lances before, one of which being a hero's relic, which is insanely strong. He has various items used for healing and evasion, as well as light and dark magic, as I mentioned before, although to be fair, not an endless supply. And he has a lot of named special skills in the game that improve his in-game stats, stuff like might, luck, dodge, avoid, stuff like that, Not exactly sure how Death Battle will handle all of that, but they are positive effects and they could potentially add up over time. He's obviously very proficient with all of his tools, and he's fought a ton of enemies, both physical and non-physical. He has a considerable amount of battle intelligence. Of course, he could let his rage get the better of him, that's just the kind of character he is. And he has a respectable level of stamina, being able to fight at top condition continuously. So as we all know, death battle is death battle. They might find something that I don't know about. They might interpret something's different from me. Hell, all of you guys watching might as well. But based on my knowledge of these characters, it seems to me like Dimitri is just a bit more formidable. They're both very skilled, you know, they both approach their battles in similar ways, and, you know, Guts has done some insane things, especially when looking at the manga. But I think there's enough of an argument to say that Dimitri can scale past the accomplishments that Guts has personally shown off, you know, stat-wise, and it seems like he also has a wider range of applications with his arsenal that could keep him in the fight and start to gain the upper hand. I think Guts would be more likely to have a more difficult time evading Dimitri's attacks, and Dimitri might even be able to better defend against Guts' attacks through his in-game special skills, such as Aegis to defend against projectiles, or Swordbreaker to lower Guts' precision, etc, etc. And even just without that, I think there's enough power and durability scaling in Dimitri's side of Fire Emblem that could be attributed to him, and therefore would surpass Guts hit for hit. Dimitri can still die to a blade, and I have no doubt that Guts would be able to kill him given the right opportunity. But a character just having that opportunity, period, like having a win con, is not enough to automatically win the fight or win the debate. Yes, it's true that Guts is super tenacious, but it still ultimately comes down to whether or not his win cons are more likely to play out than his opponent's win cons. And with the Berserker armor, you could make the argument that yes, Guts does have that going for him in this debate. But considering that Dimitri is still likely stronger and faster than Guts even with it, I see it more as like a Dio versus Alucard situation where it's only a matter of time. Like, yes, the Berserker armor would extend the fight, I don't know if it would end the fight. The armor would not allow Guts to defeat any enemy regardless of their stats, and I think Dimitri is capable of overcoming the armor or possibly even destroying it, you know, which would cripple Guts depending on his state after using it, you know, theoretically. I'm just saying that I think Guts' clearest path to victory here is lasting long enough to get the right hit in, but if there's any argument to be made for Dimitri overcoming the armor, then I think he just has more options and, dare I say, more tricks for being able to lead to his own victory. Of course, though, this is just one interpretation of how the fight could go down, so please let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you think is going to win? Are you excited for this episode? And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, share this video, and even subscribe if you could too. That would be so great. That would really help the channel out. But no matter what you guys do, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm excited for this episode. I really hope you guys are as well. And yeah, that's it for me. I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.